So we go on living in the valleys, dark valleys. Sometimes someone moves to the peak of love, but then falls back because it is so dizzy. It is so high and you are so low, and it is so difficult to live there. Those who have loved, they know how it is difficult to be constantly in love. One has to come back again and again. It is Shiva's abode. He lives there. It is his home. A Bhairav lives in love. That's his abode. When I say that's his abode, I mean, now he is not even aware of love. Because if you live on Kailas, you will not be aware that this is Kailas. This is a peak. The peak becomes a plain thing. Shiva is not aware of love. We are aware of love because we live in non-love. And because of the contrast, we feel love. Shiva is love. The state of Bhairav means one who has become love, not loving. One who has become love. One who lives on the peak. The peak has become his abode. How to make this highest peak possible, beyond duality, beyond unconsciousness, beyond consciousness, beyond the body and beyond the soul, beyond the world and beyond the so-called moksha. How to reach this peak? The technique is Tantra. But Tantra is pure technique. So it is going to be difficult to understand. First, let us understand the questions. What Devi is asking. O Shiva, what is your reality? Why this question? You can also ask this question, but it will not carry the same meaning. So try to understand it. Why Devi asks, what is your reality? Devi is in deep love. When you are in deep love, for the first time, you encounter the inner reality. Then Shiva is not the form. Then Shiva is not the body. When you are in love, the body of the beloved falls, disappears. The form is no more, and the formless is revealed. You are facing an abyss. That's why we are so afraid of love. We can face a body. We can face a face. We can face a form. We are afraid of facing an abyss. If you love someone, if you really love, his body is bound to disappear. In some moments of climax, of peak, the form will dissolve. And through the beloved, you will enter the formless. That's why we are afraid. It is falling into a bottomless abyss. So this question is not just a simple curiosity. O Shiva, what is your reality? Devi must have fallen in love with the form. Things start that way. She must have loved this man as man, and now when the love has come of age, when the love has flowered, this man has disappeared. He has become formless. Now he is to be found nowhere. O Shiva, what is your reality? It is a question asked in a very intense love moment. And questions become different with the mind in which they are asked, the moment they are raised. So create the situation, the milieu of the question in our mind. Parvati must be at a loss. Devi must be at a loss. Shiva has disappeared. When love reaches its peak, the lover disappears. Why this happens? This happens because really everyone is formless. You are not a body. You move as a body. You live as a body, but you are not a body. When we see someone from the outside, he is a body. Love penetrates within. Then we are not seeing the person from the outside. Love can see the person as the person can see himself from within. Then the form disappears. Zen monk Rinzai attained his enlightenment, and the first thing he asserted, where is my body? Where my body has gone? And he began to search. And he called his disciples and he said, go and find out where is my body. I have lost my body. He has entered the formless. You are also a formless existence. But you know yourselves not directly, you know from others' eyes. You know through the mirror. Sometimes looking at the mirror, close your eyes and then think, meditate. If there was no mirror, how could you have known your face? If there was no mirror, there would have been no face. You don't have face, mirrors give you faces. Then think of a world there is no mirror. You are alone. No mirror at all. Not even others' eyes working as mirrors. You are alone on a lonely island. No, nothing can mirror you. Then will you have any face? Or will you have any body? You cannot have. You are not having it at all. Because we know ourselves through others, and the others can know only the outer form. That's why we become identified with it. Another Zen mystic, Huihai, used to say to his disciples, meditating, when you lose your head, come immediately to me. When you lose your head, come immediately to me. When you begin to feel there is no head, don't be afraid, come immediately to me. This is the right moment. Now something can be taught to you. With a head, no teaching is possible. The head always comes in between. Parvati Devi asked Shiva, "O Shiva, what is your reality? Who you are?" The form has disappeared. Hence the question. In love, you enter the other as himself. It is not you entering. You become one, and for the first time, you know an abyss, just a formless presence. That's why, for centuries together, centuries and centuries, we were not making any sculpture, any picture of Shiva. We were making only Shivalinga, the symbol. Shivalinga is just a formless form. When you love someone, when you enter someone, he becomes just a luminous presence. That Shivalinga is just a luminous presence. Just an aura of light. That's why Devi asks, what is your reality? What is this wonder-filled universe? We know the universe, but we never know it as wonder-filled. Children know. Lovers know. Sometimes poets and madmen. We don't know that the world is wonder-filled. Everything is just repetitive, no wonders, no poetry, just flat prose. It doesn't create a song in you. It doesn't create a dance in you. It doesn't give birth to a poetry inside. The whole universe looks mechanical. Children look at it with wonder-filled eyes. When the eyes are wonder-filled, the universe is wonder-filled. When you are in love, you again become like children. Jesus says, only those who are like children will enter my kingdom of God. Why? Because if the universe is not a wonder, you cannot be religious. The universe can be explained, then your approach is scientific. The universe is known or unknown, but that which is unknown can be known any day. But it is not unknowable. The universe becomes unknowable, a mystery, only when your eyes are wonder-filled. Devi says, what is this wonder-filled universe? And suddenly the jump from a personal question to a very impersonal one. She was asking, what is your reality? And then suddenly, what is this wonderful universe? When form disappears, your beloved becomes the universe, the formless, the infinite. Suddenly, Devi becomes aware. She is not asking a question about Shiva. She is asking a question about the whole universe. Now the Shiva has become the whole universe. Now all the stars are moving in him. And the whole firmament and the whole space is surrounded by him. Now he is the great engulfing factor, the great encompassing. Jasper has defined God as the great encompassing. When you enter in love, in a deep, intimate world of love, the person disappears, the form disappears, and the lover becomes just a door to the universe. Your curiosity can be a scientific one. Then you have to approach through logic. Then you must not think of the formless. Then beware of formless. Then remain content with the form. So science is always concerned with the form. If anything formless is proposed to a scientific mind, he will cut it into forms. Unless it takes a form, it is meaningless. First give it a form, a definite form, only then the inquiry starts. In love, if there is form, then there is no entry. Dissolve the form. When things become formless, dizzy, without boundaries, everything entering another, the whole universe becomes oneness. Then only it is a wonder-filled universe. What constitutes seed? Then she goes on. From the universe, she asks, what constitutes this seed? This formless, this wonderful universe. From where it comes? From where it originates? Or it originates not? What is the seed? Who centers the universal wheel? This wheel goes on moving and moving, this great change, this constant flux. But who centers this wheel? Where is the axis? The center, the unmoving center. She doesn't stop for any answers. She goes on asking. As if she is not asking anyone, talking to herself. What is this life beyond form, pervading forms? How may we enter it fully, above space and time, names and descriptions? Let my doubts be cleared. The emphasis is not on questions, but on doubts. Let my doubts be cleared. This is very significant. If you are asking an intellectual question, you are asking for a definite answer, so that your problem is solved.